Hello, this is Matt from tracyandmatt.co.uk. Here I am with another HTC One. I just thought for completeness I would do a quick unboxing video of a full retail version of the HTC One. We have a more detailed and we have a more lengthy video of the HTC One already on YouTube and on the site. So if you want a bit more detail, please go and have a look at that. But I thought for completeness, let's have a look at the retail, because the other video we got was of a pre-retail, just white box product. So inside the box, as you can see, actually the box is a little bit more unusual in terms of its design, and rather than the sort of the old-fashioned, I say old-fashioned, the sort of more typical style boxes that say Nokia and everybody else have been doing. So it's a flatter box. On top we have the handset, which is kind of lovingly packed in this plastic. I'll just remove that. So we have the handset itself. Quick recap on the handset. In fact, we'll do that in just a second. Let's just have a look at the rest of the stuff in the box. So when we have like the user guides and warranty statements and safety information, we also then have the little tool for removing the micro SIM card tray. Also in the box, which is, I'll just get these open. If you buy these, buy an HTC One from a high street retailer, some of them will not come with the USB or the mains charger and cable. They're doing sort of like an out of the box, there you go, charger. So not all. You might want to check if it's important to you. You might want to check to see whether or not, if you're buying one in the high street or from sort of like, you know, O2 or whatever, that it is or is not going to come with one of these. So it comes with a mains charger, a UK 3-pin plug with a USB connector on one side, and then a USB to micro USB sync charge cable. As I say, not all places are supplying the charger and the cable. It's an aim to sort of reduce, I guess, cost ultimately, but reduce wastage really, because I mean everybody probably has sort of 2 or 3 of those chargers from different phones in the past. So we then have a wired headset. We've got some different size earbuds for the wired headset. Then we have a 4-pole 3.5mm jack, which is obviously pretty straightforward and standard. They have an inline microphone with push button, simple, just a very basic push button. There's no controls or volume or anything else on there. And then the actual headphones themselves are the in-ear style, with the rubber bits around them sort of for sound isolation. I've been using a pair of these actually from my other HTC One, and they're actually quite good headphones. I'm actually quite impressed. So there we go, let's just move those out of the way. I'm going to do let's have a quick recap on the HTC One for anybody that's interested. Size 137.4mm from top to bottom, 68.2 wide and 9.3mm thick, 143 grams. It's fairly weighty, but it feels quite substantial and nice to hold and easy to hold in the hand. Aluminium pretty much all over, so around the face, around the back, all machined aluminium. It's an edgeless design or gapless design, so you'll notice all the way around the outside it's all really smooth. There's no gaps or joins, even when you have difference in materials there. It's a really nice feeling handset. 4.7-inch display on the front, which actually is a full HD display, so 1080 by 1920 pixels. It's an awesome display. I've been using my HTC One for I don't know, well over a month. I really like it. On the top we have the power button, which also is an infrared transmitter, so you can use it to change TV channels or, you know, your Skybox or whatever it might be. 3.5mm jack on top as well, or socket on top, so that you can plug in your headphones, wired headset. Proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, and forward-facing camera. Forward-facing camera is 2.1 megapixel, and it's a really wide angle as well, so it means that you can take pictures of yourself nice and easily. Loudspeakers on the front for boom sound, so they are stereo forward-facing loudspeakers. Underneath the grille we also have an LED that's a status LED for sync charge and little flashing lights when you've got messages and that kind of stuff. The speakers are awesome, but I can't really convey that in a video anyway, so definitely go and check them out. If you've got to listen to one of these in high street, it's very, very cool. Capacitive touch buttons underneath, again, not sort of straightforward back and home buttons. On this side we have the SIM card tray and a little button to eject that, nothing else. On the bottom, micro USB sync charge connector and a tiny hole which is the microphone. On the right hand side we have an up and down volume connector, volume control, so up and down volume control. Top we've already spoken about. On the back we have, controversially perhaps, a 4 megapixel autofocus camera using ultra pixel technology. So in brief, the size of the pixels on the sensor are much larger, therefore there are fewer of them, but they capture more light and can work in higher quality, and the lens itself is matched very carefully to the type of the sensor and everything else. Short version, the result is the pictures are fantastic. If you want to check out some of them that I've taken, have a look at our Twitter feed, Tracy and Matt. We've got some photos on there as a sample. It works really well in extremely low light, but it's also a really fantastic camera. There is next to it a LED flash. I haven't really used the LED flash very much on my camera anyway. So that's kind of like the sort of outside. On the inside we have a quad-core processor, which is a 1.7 gigahertz quad-core. Performance-wise, it's really fast. We have 2 gigabytes of RAM. We also have 32 gig of internal ROM or storage. There is a 64 gig model available as well, but this is the 32. I think 32 is the only one you can get in the UK. I don't think you can get 64 in the UK. As I say, forward-facing cameras we've already mentioned. FM radio with RDS support. We also have Wi-Fi 802.11bg and N standards, and also Wi-Fi Direct, DLNA, and Wi-Fi hotspot modes. Quad band, and it is also LTE phone, so you can do 4G. I'm using mine on the EE network here in the UK, and the speed has been really quite phenomenal, so that's quite cool. I think that really covers the basics. If you want to have a look at this in a bit more detail, please do check out our other video. So I just thought it would be worth having a look at a full retail box for completeness, and just follow us on tracyandmatt.co.uk, on Twitter and on Facebook, because I've been sort of talking about the HTC One a little bit over the certainly the last couple of weeks, and I'll probably continue to do so because I actually have been using this phone as my main phone, and I've been quite impressed with it. So if you want any updates, or indeed if you want to know anything, then please do check us out on Twitter or Facebook, or send us an email. And well, I guess I'll be back soon with some more videos and reviews on tracyandmatt.co.uk, but for now, thanks for watching.